Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be talking about the player contracts and sales. Now knowing that we are going to be having a new president in exactly 7 days, which is either going to be Laporta, Victor Font or Tony Friexa, whoever it may be, they are going to be having a massive duty in terms of who is going to be sold, who is going to be loaned, who is going to have a contract extension in the summer of 2021. This is considered as the third video in the series. We have talked about Antoine Griezmann, Dembélé, Philippe Coutinho, Longley, Gerard Piqué, and now in this video we are going to be talking about 4 different players, and that is going to consist of Ansu Fati, Lionel Messi, Samuel Umtiti, and RIQUI Puig. It's going to be a very exciting video. There is so much we do need to discuss, and the first player that we are going to be talking about is going to be about Ansu Fati. So as for Ansu Fati, he has encountered a serious injury back in November. Ever since then, we haven't seen Ansu Fati until today on the field. The last game Ansu Fati has played was on November 11th, 2020. We are about 2 or 3 weeks away from Ansu Fati making his return. Back on November 11th, before he did encounter that injury, he was considered as the top scorer for FC Barcelona. And now that we are here today on March 1st, Ansu Fati still remains in the top 3 within the rankings. He is considered as number 3 alongside Antoine Griezmann, who is in second, and Lionel Messi, who is in first in terms of who is the top scorer for La Liga. Ansu Fati is still in 3rd place. I do not know if that's a bad thing for Barcelona or a great thing for Barcelona, because Ansu Fati has been a very consistent and important player for this club. And if you were to look at the gap between 3rd place Ansu Fati and 4th place and 5th place, there's a very big gap between 3rd and 4th, which is again showing us that Ansu Fati, when he was not injured, he was very effective. But here's where the questions do arise. Knowing the financial state of this club, knowing that Barcelona right now do need to require as much revenue as much as they can, one of the solutions towards that would be to sell players. And if we were to look at the market value or transfer fee of Ansu Fati, he is worth around 100 million euros to 130 million euros if he were to be sold. And let me tell you, if Barcelona were to make 100 million euros, which would be the worst case scenario on selling Ansu Fati, that would greatly aid their finances. And then you also have Jorge Mendes, who is now the new agent for Ansu Fati. There could be a possibility that this agent might find different alternatives for Ansu Fati. So if you really think about it, Ansu Fati does have many opportunities to join other clubs, and he could in a way if he wanted to, now that he has a new agent named Jorge Mendes. So we have all of these possibilities. We have all of these pros on why it could happen. But let me tell you guys, and this is going to be the end conclusion of Ansu Fati, I would much rather sell the rights and the name of the Camp Nou than sell Ansu Fati. There's absolutely no way this Barcelona team can go on into the brand new year of 2022 without having Ansu Fati. Ansu Fati is the future. He is a player that can bring this Barcelona team forward for the next 3 to 4 to 5 to maybe even 10 years. And I do think that this is going to be the direction Barcelona is going to be taking. Whoever is going to be the president of Barcelona, whether it's Laporta, Victor Font or Tony Friexa, they're going to come into that club and say, we are going to do everything in our power to retain Ansu Fati. He is a player that is considered as a gem for us, and he will not be going anywhere unless we are playing an away game. And if Barcelona want to go through a transition period and transition well out of the post-Messi era, Ansu Fati has to be part of that equation. So there will be a 100% chance that Ansu Fati will stay through the summer of 2021. Now moving on to Samuel Umtiti. Now this is going to be a very predicted one. Like, I think that you guys already know where I'm going to go with this. Samuel Umtiti has made his return on December 8th, 2020. Before that, I do not even think that Samuel Umtiti went past 5 to 6 games, because Samuel Umtiti was injured for the majority of that year. But he has made his return on December 8th, which was about a couple of weeks ago. And ever since then, Samuel Umtiti has shown some vulnerability. The fact that he cannot track back when the team really needs him to, the fact that he cannot encounter a 1v1 and go up against great pacey players is something very alarming. Now, the only pro that Samuel Umtiti does possess would be the on-the-ball skills. He is a great passer. He knows how to center. He knows how to get out and away from tight situations when somebody does pressure him within that defensive line. But let me tell you guys, there is a reason why Barcelona are eyeing Eric Garcia, who is another player that is very great on the ball. And you can get a sense that that is going to be the direction Barcelona is going to be taking. They want to replace Samuel Umtiti in the summer. Eric Garcia does possess the exact same quality Samuel Umtiti does possess. Is Eric Garcia the most physical defender out there? I don't think so. But I do think that the type of center back that Barcelona is looking for is for a center back that's very great on the ball, a ball distributor. Eric Garcia is that. Samuel Umtiti is that also. But Barcelona want to move forward and away from this player. You also take into account the wage bill that Barcelona is going to try and restructure. Samuel Umtiti earns about 10 to 12 million euros per season. And then we head towards Eric Garcia, who is a academy player who has agreed that he will earn around 3 million euros per season at Barcelona. This is something that does make sense for the club. And you look at Laporta and Victor Font, who are two presidential candidates whose main concern is to have financial sense within the club. They're going to be going for this move. And I do believe that Samuel Umtiti does not match the image that Laporta and Victor Font or Toni Friexa are trying to build within the club financially and sportingly. So there will be a 95% chance that Samuel Umtiti will be sold in the summer of 2021. Now moving on to the next player, and we are going to be talking about Lionel Messi. Now, this is another one that's very interesting because many of us, you and me, do know what did happen a couple of months ago. Lionel Messi has made it so official that he wanted to leave Barcelona as soon as possible. He wanted to make that exit towards Manchester City. And now that we are here, looking at the results of Barcelona, looking at what Koeman has built with this team so far, I do believe that it is a great time to ask this question. Not only should we be asking this question here through YouTube, but Laporta and Victor Font and Toni Friexa are going to be going into this club, and the first priority they're going to try and get straight would be to extend Lionel Messi within the club. Yes, they want to keep Lionel Messi regardless of what he has done with Barcelona back on September 2020. Messi's continuity is going to be based off of two important factors. I do believe that one does outweigh the other, but I'm going to start with number one, and number one is going to be the results of the season. I do believe that there's a chance that Messi is going to be assessing this season and looking at it and saying, okay, what have we won this summer? Have we won La Liga? Have we won the Champions League? Have we won the Copa del Rey? What did we win in this season? Does it look like we could compete for many of these titles in the next season? Are we playing well? Are there youth players being involved within the starting 11? Could we actually win with this Barcelona team? Those are the type of things that Messi will be analyzing with this club, because at the end of the day, Messi does want to be competitive. Messi does want to win with a club and win many trophies and be the face of football again. The second factor that we are going to be talking about is going to be about the president's idea. And this is why I say that one outweighs the other, because I do think that the second option, which is the president's idea and their proposal, does outweigh the results of this season. Because let me tell you, if we were to look at this season right now, it does seem very unlikely that Barcelona could go on and win no more than one trophy. We look at the Copa del Rey with Sevilla. That's going to be played next week on Wednesday. We are going to be playing the second leg. We are in a 2-0 deficit. We have beaten Sevilla 2-0 yesterday. So there is a chance that we could come back and go into the final of the Copa del Rey. You look at La Liga. You look at how Atletico Madrid are struggling to play in every match, which is very congested. You look at Real Madrid, who are in horrible form. You look at Sevilla, who sometimes do lose matches, like what we did see a couple of hours ago. Many teams are going through their struggles. There could be a chance that Barcelona might win La Liga. Then you look at the Champions League, where we lost against PSG 4-1 at the Camp Nou. And overall, you could see that there is a possibility that we could win one, but there's also a possibility that we might go trophyless this season. So in the end, it is going to come down to the president. What does the president have to offer for Lionel Messi? And to be very honest, if it's going to go through that factor, I just don't see any president letting down Lionel Messi, because you look at Victor Font, who is very well prepared on what he wants this Barcelona team to look like. You look at Laporta, who has all the credibility and history in the world to show that, look, we have done this before and we can do it again. We look at Toni Friexa, who is stating that he has investors that are willing to pump 250 million euros towards this club. Many of these presidential candidates could, in a way, seduce Messi to stay within the club and sign a contract extension. But here's what really gets us thinking. Messi is 34 years old. He is not the youngest player in the world, but Messi will be 34 by that time. One of the biggest concerns that I could see Messi go through would be the fact that if Laporta or Victor Font or Toni Friexa stay to Lionel Messi and say, we are going to be building a brand new Barcelona, we are going to be successful and we could be successful in a couple of years. But what whatever project we are building sportingly and financially, it is going to take some time. And I could see in a way Lionel Messi stating that he would not have time to spend his career in Barcelona, where they are trying to go through a rebuilding phase, where they are going to see the best version of this Barcelona in about 1 to 2 years. Messi is 34 years old, and he is going to be taking his age into account, so it could go in that way. He could be saying, I'm going to go into a team where they are already officially built. I cannot go through what Barcelona is going through because I do want to be competitive. I want to go and win many titles. I want to go in through a new adventure. So it could go in that way. It may not be a great possibility that this could happen, but there's always that chance that Messi might approach the situation in this way. But in the end, the final conclusion is going to be this: Barcelona do want to keep Lionel Messi 100%. There is no way Barcelona is going to go into the summer and say that we might not want Lionel Messi. Barcelona loves Messi, and I do believe that Messi loves Barcelona. You look at what Lionel Messi has been providing for this club. He is still a great player. He is having a Ballon d'Oro year. He could still win with the club. And then you look at Laporta, who has stated that Lionel Messi generates a third of Barcelona's revenue every year. The proposal is going to be strong from these presidents. They are going to do everything in their power to retain Messi. And I think that in the end, Messi is going to be having a 90% chance that he is going to be signing a contract extension in the summer of 2021. And yes, a contract extension, because his contract does end in 2021 and some decision is going to have to be made. And now moving on to the last player, and that is going to be about RIQUI Puig. RIQUI Puig is in a very delicate situation. RIQUI Puig has shown that he has the style to play for Barcelona, and he has been showing the determination to win with this club. RIQUI Puig could fit within the starting 11. I do believe that today it is quite clear that he can be an important player for Barcelona. You look at how Mingueza is having a great season with Barcelona, coming from Barcelona B, looking like he has been playing with this club for about 5 years. You look at Ansu Fati, who has emerged into the starting 11, coming from Juvenal A. And then you look at Moriba, a player that we have seen yesterday play extremely well with the starting 11. He did not look like he came from an academy team. Moriba completely gelled with the other players around him. But what separates Puig from these three players that we have just mentioned is the fact that Ronald Koeman does not fully trust RIQUI Puig yet. And that's very interesting, because I would really like to know what's going on through his mind on why RIQUI Puig is not being counted on as much as Moriba, Ansu Fati, and Mingueza. Now look, over the past 10 games, RIQUI Puig has received a good portion amount of minutes. And throughout those minutes, it is clear that RIQUI Puig is an impactful player for this club. And I do think that that is what makes everything so unfortunate for RIQUI Puig, because at the end of the day, no matter how great he does play, if Koeman continues through this summer of 2021, if he coaches Barcelona for a second season, I do see the exact same thing playing out with RIQUI Puig. I think that RIQUI Puig is going to still tremendously bring great value when he does get the minutes under Ronald Koeman. I still think that he will perform with Barcelona, but the fact that we just know, and RIQUI Puig knows himself, that Koeman does not really count on him like he does with the other academy players, is something so unfortunate to hear. Because if you were to go back into that match between Sevilla and Barcelona, Pedri did encounter an injury on the field, and the one player that did replace Pedri on the field was actually Moriba. It was not RIQUI Puig. And throughout the whole course of the season, we have seen Pedri get replaced by RIQUI Puig around the 60th minute or the 70th minute, and now that we are here thinking that, okay, finally we might actually see RIQUI Puig get more minutes, Moriba comes into the scenes and completely replaces the role of RIQUI Puig, and could be the second option if Pedri ever encounters an injury or he does need rest. And this is not a bad thing, right? I'm not stating that Moriba going into the starting 11 and playing and getting good minutes is a bad thing. That is a great thing, because every time we do see an academy player like Moriba get some minutes in the starting 11, it's always fascinating to see. But on the other side, it is quite clear that there is a chance that Ronald Koeman could be counting on Moriba over RIQUI Puig. So Puig does have a contract until 2023. RIQUI Puig is going to be wanting to try and complete that term he does have with Barcelona. And I do believe that one of the greatest things that could help RIQUI Puig convince Ronald Koeman on utilizing the player more on the field would be to bring the assist and score a goal every 5 to 6 matches. But I do think that that is what Ronald Koeman does want. He wants to see RIQUI Puig contribute more into the attack. But the main problem that I do see with this is that RIQUI Puig is not a player that provides an assist in every 1 to 2 matches. RIQUI Puig has shown to be a player that can control the tempo of the match. He can keep possession. He knows exactly where to put the ball, whether it's on the left side of the field or on the right side of the field. RIQUI Puig has also shown to be a player who can pressure the opposition very well, regain possession, and just simply control the tempo of the whole game. That is RIQUI Puig's game. You do not necessarily have to be the best player in terms of assist to be the best midfielder in the world. The type of player that RIQUI Puig does possess is a player that Barcelona does need, a player that can control the game and the tempo and the rhythm through the 90 minutes. But something really does tell us that this could not be ideal for Ronald Koeman's version of Barcelona. I do believe that Koeman does want midfielders who can provide assists and contribute visually into the attack. Because if you were to go back into the match between Barcelona and Sevilla, Moriba in that game contributed an assist to Lionel Messi. And I do think that that is what Ronald Koeman does want. Because ever since then, we have heard many reports coming out stating that Ronald Koeman does prefer Moriba over RIQUI Puig when it comes to the pecking order on who should be starting within the starting 11. And let me tell you, if that's going to be the case, if Ronald Koeman truly believes that a midfielder who provides assists are going to be the players that will be starting in the starting 11, it's going to be extremely difficult for RIQUI Puig to find those minutes. But in the end, I do think that RIQUI Puig does have a 95% chance of staying with the club, with that other 5% of potentially going on loan. I do not see Barcelona selling RIQUI Puig because there's just way too much potential going on in RIQUI Puig right now. The only problem I do see is the fact that Ronald Koeman does expect his midfielders to perform in a different way. But that's going to be it for today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you guys in the next video.